Hello everybody, this is Quicksmoke with Cooking with Quicksmoke. Again, today we're going to be doing something fun. It's going to be a nice, quick and easy one. This is mainly for when you are finished with St. Patty's Day, but it's a little later in the season. Obviously it's not St. Patty's Day. It hasn't been St. Patty's Day for a while. But last night we Papa Quicksmoke cooked a corned beef and cabbage dinner with potatoes. Plenty of leftovers. Don't want to eat the same thing again, but still love the taste. Well, today I'm going to show you how to make corned beef and cabbage soup. Very, very easy. Very, very simple. The most important thing about this is that you need to keep the corned beef. You need to keep the cabbage, and you need to keep the broth from when you boiled the corned beef and cabbage. Okay? Those are the three main ingredients, and then we're just going to add rice. That's it. But, let's get started, okay? So right here, we got a good amount of corned beef, okay? We don't need all of this. I want to use about half, because the other half I am going to try out VG's homemade corned beef and hash recipe. And if you want to see how that comes out, let me know. I'll record it. But if you want to know how to make it, go to Vault Girl 145's channel, which I will happen to link at the bottom, at the description below, because that brings me into Japic and Vault Girl's cooking playlist. It's Gamers and Geeks Can Cook. It's got well over 200 recipes in it, supplied by folks like me and you, and as well as themselves. So both their channels will be linked below. So let's get cutting. Hopefully you can see this, and we're gonna cut it small cubes. Okay, we want this to be small cubes, so it's spread around. And excuse the noise, Papa Quicksmoke is grabbing ice right now out of the refrigerator. So now he decides to be a lot noisier.
I'm sorry. I tried not making any noise.
It's okay. It's okay, Pops. Alright, so now that we got it cut into small strips, as you can see here, small strips, we're gonna cut it into small cubes. I mean, how small, you can use your own discretion and how small you wanna cut them. I like to make them small, bite-sized, because we're gonna have a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff, but I mean, you could even make them smaller than this. Let's see if I can. There you go. You can make them even smaller than that if you'd like, but I think that's going to be good enough. And I got a pot right here that I'm just going to throw it all into right now. So, does your family eat corned beef and cabbage? And if so, do you make like a soup that's similar? Let me know in the description there. And if your family does not eat corned beef and cabbage, what is your favorite dish that your family makes for holidays like that? Normally I'd be standing for this, but I'm feeling lazy, so I'm going to sit down. There was a lot of fat on this corned beef, and you can choose not to use the fat part. Just, you know, let it be known that you're going to have less in there if you trim out the fat. This is one of my favorite things to make after we cook corned beef and cabbage. I'm a broth person. I love soups, so I make a broth, or so I can make a soup just about out of anything. I do it with me with my pot roast. I can make a nice little stew out of that. I'm a big rice fan, so and my soups are never extravagant. Like they don't, I don't have a lot of ingredients in my soups because I like them kind of plain. That way your mouth isn't overwhelmed with this last one will do fine. You know, like a lot of people say they like to, you know, shock your mouth with flavors from here and there, which is great. I mean, it's good to open up your palate and have certain meals with tons of flavor, different flavors in them, but with this nice simple soup, your mouth can focus, your tongue can focus on a little bit of flavor and truly enjoy the soup for what it's for. Alright, now we're going to leave this for the corned beef hash. So the next part, okay, there we go, is the cabbage. Okay, just like the corned beef, we're going to do the same thing to the cabbage. You could, again, this is your choice of how big you make it. You don't want to make it too small because when you're warming it up, you don't want to disintegrate the cabbage. But you do want to cut it up small enough so it's not overwhelming the rice and the corned beef. That's a nice piece right there. Okay, just butter's knife's going through it like it's butter. Like it's butter. You want to put a decent amount. You don't have to put a whole lot. Again, it's also depending on how many people you're serving. As I always say, it's only me and Papa Quicksmoke, so I don't have to put a whole lot in here. I only want to make enough soup to last one day, but be able to have at least a couple bowls of it. Just about all that we need to put in it. And as you can see, it's smaller chunks. Let's see what we got going on here, if I have to add a little bit more or not. I have a good amount of broth, so I might actually just cook. Mix it around here. Yeah, that looks about. That's about it. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to, let's see here. I'm trying to think here. Is that going to be enough for two? Plus a cup of rice, a cup and a half of rice. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit more corned beef. I just want there to be enough for at least both of us to have like a couple bowls, maybe 3. And I don't season this, by the way. I don't season it because, one, you've already got your seasoning in the broth from the corned beef, as well as everything is already, you know, seasoned from being pre-cooked. This is just a leftover meal. So, alright, I'm just going to do a little bit more cabbage. And if you don't think you have enough broth or cabbage, honestly, use, there we go, that should be enough right there. Go ahead and boil some more cabbage. Use the broth from that. Alright, so there's our bowl right here. Mix it a little bit, just a little bit. Alright. So the next thing we want to do is we want to gauge how much broth we have so we can figure out how much rice we're going to add. So let me grab the broth. And I do have quite an amount of broth. And, I mean, you could choose to cook your rice separate from this. Oh, my hands are greasy. I'm having a hard time opening it. There we go. There's one. As I was saying, you can choose to cook your rice separately, or you can put it inside and cook it inside. But just let it you know that if you put it inside and cook it inside, it is going to take up some of the broth. So decision's up to you. But it looks like we got plenty of broth here. So I am going to probably add about 1.5 cups of white rice to this. Alright, we're just going to pour it in there. Mix it about. Hopefully it won't take up too much of the broth. Alright, now I'm just going to throw a cover on it, put it on my oven, and cook it till the rice is done and it's to the desired temp that I prefer my soup to be. So I will bring you back when it's done. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, we are back, and it's only probably about 20 minutes we were cooking. Yeah, Papa Smoke?
About that.
About 20 minutes. Let's plate our bowl here. And voila, there we go, cabbage soup. Now I like mine very salty, so I'm going to add some salt to it. Pretty much seasoned to your liking.
Taste.
And let's take a little sip here.
Watch it, it's hot.
Give it a little blow, guys.
girlfriend.
Absolutely delicious. You can taste the corned beef. You can taste the broth from the corned beef. It's awesome. I do recommend you try this. It's a very simple soup that you could do with leftovers from corned beef and cabbage on St. Patty's Day or whenever you decide to cook corned beef and cabbage. Again, check out that playlist from Vault Girl and Japic of Death. Check out my other playlist. I have many other recipes that I have on the channel. I will try to get it into a one playlist for you, but I'm slowly organizing. And if you like what you saw, hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and bell notification. And again, if you know somebody who you think might like my content, tell them come see me. Get them to subscribe. Let's get this channel to grow together, guys. Until next time, this is Quicksmoke saying, I will see you in the next one.